Tuesday, October 2nd, 2018. Big scare at the Pentagon. Supposedly Ricin sent to General Mattis and Admiral John Richardson. And apparently the Ricin was sent yesterday. It arrived at the Pentagon yesterday, Monday, October 10th. Today it was confirmed as Ricin. Today it's the big news story. And what I'm going to show you is how this ritual is perfectly synced with General Mattis, Admiral Richardson, and President Donald Trump. Again, every single day, your government, your media contrives propaganda by a code that you can only know if you know the language of Gematria, which is Masonic. And your entire federal government and your media is controlled by Freemasonry. It's why they have their headquarters in Washington, D.C. It's why Washington, D.C. is named after George Washington, the Scottish Rite Freemason. So here's the story. Two pieces of mail. We know what's up with two. It has the same gematria as Freemasonry, as secret society, as Washington, as United States. 2 pieces of mail delivered to the Pentagon mail facility on Monday have initially tested positive for ricin, according to a U.S. defense official. The 2 suspicious envelopes were addressed to Secretary of Defense James Mattis and to Chief of Naval Operations Admiral John Richardson, the official told CNN. So let's go through why this is happening, why this news is coming today. Today's date, October 2nd, 2018. In numerology, it breaks down to 14, and in numerology, 14 is 1 plus 4 is 5. We're talking about the Pentagon, a 5-sided building that has 5 floors above ground, that has a 5-acre court in the middle, that sits across from the 555-foot tall Washington Monument. It's amazing to me that people can look at things like this and go, well, who cares about numbers? Don't you have any curiosity? Don't you have any intellectual curiosity? Don't you want to know why they'd make things so numerological in Washington, D.C.? You know? Intelligence. Something people got it, some don't. Intelligent people are curious. Intelligent people ask questions. Intelligent people do research and find answers. If you found my channel, you found somebody intelligent. So let's talk about Ricin. Ricin has gematria 53 and 35. And what is it about 5 and 3 and just the number 5, period? 5 is the 3rd prime number. 5 and 3. They're like peas in a pod. And I just explained this in my live stream. The word I, it's spelled E-Y-E, 3 letters. E is the 5th letter. Y is the 25th letter. E is the 5th letter. And the square root of 25 is 5. So 3 letters, all letters that connect to 5. On the human body, there are 2 eyes on the face and 1 in the mind. There's 3 eyes. I, 3 letters. Propaganda, meant to rule the mind's eye of the masses. Open up your Bible and read Genesis 3:5. It's about, the eyes seeing as God sees. The powers that shouldn't be, these Masons in high places, they play God over the masses every single day with propaganda meant to cause fear and intimidation. Here we are on a Tuesday, just like it was September 11th, 2001, a Tuesday 17 years ago, and we had 9/11, a very numerological 9/11 at the Pentagon. Don't ever forget it. Flight 77 supposedly hit the Pentagon 77 minutes after taking off. It took off at 8:20, it crashed at 9:37, 77 minutes later. The Pentagon's 77 feet tall. DC's on the 77th meridian. In Gematria, September 11th sums to 77. So does World Trade Center. So does Judaism. So does Zionist. So does theater. Anyway, this code of letters and numbers, it comes from Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. Remember the leader of Israel, Ehud Barak, showed up in the U.S. the day after 9/11 and said, you need to declare a war on terrorism and go fight Afghanistan and Iraq. Weird how that's exactly what we did. Can't tell who's the boss around here. We all slave and pay all this money over to Israel. We give away over $10 million a day every single day to Israel. Doesn't that seem insane? Most of us can't even... You keep blocking solicitor numbers, they just call back from a different number. It's crazy. Anyway, Back on point. Let's talk about this Ricin thing. 5 is the number. We got 5 date numerology, the 5-sided Super 5 building. But there's more. In case you're new here, 4 base ciphers. Alphabetic order in reverse, and then those 2 orders with the rules of numerology incorporated. But notice, with the alphabetic order, Mattis is 82, and with the reverse alphabetic order, Ricin's 82. Mad Dog Mattis, the leader of the Pentagon. Just in case you're new here, I want you to understand how numerological things are in DC and at the Pentagon. And you can look up any of this if you don't believe me. It's all 100% fact. It's all I speak in are facts. Notice Secretary of Defense with the alphabetic order is 193. That's the 44th prime number, right? Now, Mad Dog Mattis became Secretary of Defense after being a 44-year veteran of the Marines. Mad Dog, 44. You see that with the alphabetic order? Mattis, 44. You see that? Military, 44. Officer, 44. Soldier, 44. Trooper, 44. Infantry, 44. What do? They're shooting 44. Gunfire, 44. Kill, 44. It's the military's here for. Legalize killing. So anyway, you got Mad Dog Mattis, your very numerological Secretary of Defense. Now we're getting some real numerological news, and we're going to talk about why it's coming on these days, because it's just so numerological. I can't emphasize it enough. Mattis 82, Ricin 82, Toxin 82. Let's come back up and read the headline. Let's come back up and read it. Toxin used in terror plots found in mail sent to Pentagon. This is the big terrorism center of the world right here. This is where all the terrorists are in the whole world. If we just dropped a big bomb on it, I better be careful. I said the FBI come to my door. I'm just kidding. But I'm saying, hey, that would be a good way to get rid of a lot of terrorists at once. Seriously. You know, don't ever forget that the definition of terrorism, the original definition of terrorism, is government by intimidation. This is a terrorist state. Every day it's fear and terror and lies and So anyway, here's old James N. Mattis. His birthday is September 8th. He's 68 years old. CIA 68. Donald John Trump 68. Don't get me started on 1968, the year World Trade Center construction began, the year 911 was made the national emergency dialing code, the year George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones of the Masonic Order. His birthday, July 6th to September 11th, a span of 68 days. His father used to be the head of the CIA 68. So anyway, got 68-year-old, giving us deja vu in 9/11, the 68 special. From that birthday to today is a span of 25 days. And what's 25? Oh, the number that has a square root of 5. And who appointed him? Oh, Trump 25, whose VP's Pence 25, and they keep bringing up how Pence might be used with the 25th Amendment to get rid of Trump. Pence says it's just a media rumor. Just understand it's all numerology news. Death also equals 25. Ricin can kill you. So check this out. This news, it comes 110 days after Trump's birthday, June 14th, right? If you count the full span of days, yesterday, October 1st, was Trump's 110th day of his age. His 110th. Today's 110 days after his birthday, the day of the news. And the thing is, the word president in Gematria equals 110. And look at James Mattis's full name, James Norman Mattis. And just so you don't think I made that up, that is his name, James Norman Mattis. He gets the, this news all just coming together just so perfectly. So perfectly. Mad Dog Mattis, his nickname also has Gematria 72, like Trump's current age, 72. Happens during the time of him being 72. This ritual perfectly synced up with Trump and Mad Dog Mattis. The puppets. A lot of overlap here. Soldier, Ricin, Toxin, the Pentagon, the military department. So here's the other guy that supposedly got the letter. John M. Richardson, born April 8th, written 4/8 in the U.S. like 48. Donald Trump equals 48. Freemason equals 48 in English and in Hebrew. Masonry equals 84. You can write that date 8/4. Jesuit equals 84. United States of America 84. This news coming not long after the Jesuit order's birthday. Notice he's 58 years old. If you write out 2, like how there's 2 pieces of mail, 2 with the alphabetic order is T is 20, W is 23, O is 15, 20 plus 23 is 43, plus 15 more is 58. 58, that big old number. Did I not? Maybe I forgot to insert it here. Oh, there it is. Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58, and a whole lot more. From his 58th birthday to today's news is 177 days later. Yesterday, the date of the packages or the mail being received would have been his 177th day of his age. New World Order equals 177. Again, within that number, 17 and 7. 17 is the 7th prime. Mason equals 17. Modern Masonry began in the year 1717. The Masonic logo has the capital G, the 7th letter, with instruments of geometry around it. Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, begins with a G. Gematria means geometry and language. This is the Masonic code. It's telling you that in their symbol. They do everything this way every single day. 47 degrees, a tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid. The problem about how to establish foundation. Foundation equals 47. Everything in Washington, D.C. is 47. Government's 47, authority 47, D.C. is 47 when you flip the alphabetic order around, President's 47, White House is 47, Republicans 47, Democrats 47, Trump equals 47. His name, John Michael Richardson, has the gematria of 108, just like geometry has the gematria of 108. Geometry equals 108 with the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. If you want to know why it equals 108, please read my book. It's linked in the description of every video. 773 pages to fully enlighten you to this code and why the numbers are what they are. You know, $5. You can't beat it. It's actually 10,000% off is what the price is at $5. It should cost 10,000 times as much, literally. It should cost more than a college education, which, hey, you can't even get for $50,000 anymore these days. You know what I mean? I guarantee you read my book, you'll learn way more than you did in your 4-year education at any university. I don't care if you're an Ivy Leaguer, my book will teach you more. Guaranteed. There's a lot of things that jump out about his name. John's got the 47 gematria in it, you know, common name. Michael's got the gematria 138, like federal, like Donald Trump. So many things jump out about his name, but the big ones are the 62 in his surname and the 78 in his John Richardson, Scottish Rite 78, Mason 62. And that's what it is, a bunch of Masons, a bunch of coded propaganda, white powdery substance, gematria of 112 like Donald. It's all synced up with the Donald, the apprentice, the ritual magnet. Every single news story here, contrived crap. Every single one of them, every single day, learn the code and see right through it. The last video I just did was on this. I did the last video as a live stream, and it cut off the opening 5 minutes of dialogue, which were really important. Looks like they censored that or something. And that's why I didn't do this video as a live stream, because I keep noticing that they're cutting out chunks of my live stream. I want the whole video to be here. So, gonna upload it now. Enjoy. Until next time, True C.